Welcome once again to In Conversation With. It is your girl Unomcebo Msane, and like I tell you every single week, I'm gonna sit down with smart people, people who are doing something with their lives, and obviously who will help you navigate through your own life. This week in South Africa, for those who don't know, we are celebrating Youth Day. Being a young person in South Africa, it's exciting, but it also has its own challenges. And today I am joined by these lovely, beautiful ladies who are going to share with you what it means to be a young person in South Africa for them, in their own journeys, in their own spaces. They're going to introduce themselves and maybe, hopefully, get to share a little bit about what they're about and what they do and what it is for them to be young people in South Africa. I'm going to do it the old school way. I'm going to start on my right here.
You should start with the oldest one. No, it should, but it's you day, so let's start with the youngest.
Actually,
Oh my
So
God.
she's the youngest.
Yeah, you should start with. Okay, so hi, I am Matapelo, and do you have to tell where I work? Oh, okay, I work for Global Citizen. I am a marketing fellow, and you can go.
I can go.
Yes.
Hi guys, I'm Odwa. I work for Global Citizen too. I am in the campaign department and I'm also a healthcare worker. So guys, all in one.
I like healthcare.
Hi guys, my name is Tilufelo Lehaha. I'm also a Global Citizen Fellow and I'm in the content team. So I create everything and make all the magic.
Yeah.
She's the one who's going to make this video look magical.
You
when
get
we're
it.
done,
You
okay?
get
Get
it.
it?
Hi everybody, my name is Hope Mbuni. I also work for Global Citizen in the digital campaigns department. What I do outside of that is I am transitioning into data analysis. So that's what I am going to do in the future.
Guys, did I not say that I'm speaking to smart people? Listen, these young ladies are doing great stuff with their lives, and obviously, like I said earlier on, we're celebrating Youth Day this week. It's Youth Month. Everyone is like all excited, united front vibes, as if. But there's so many challenges that young people are facing. Every time when they mention high employment rates, stats show that most, if not all of those people are considered the youth in South Africa. We are doing our level best in our lives to study, work hard, get a job, and all of those things. For you, Matapelo, what does it mean to be a young person in South Africa? This is not a general question. This is Matapelo when she wakes up in the morning and she's like, I'm a young person. What does it mean for you?
Firstly, I think our country does have their own complications, but I always say to the girls, like, there's no other country I would really like to be. Like, yeah. So of course I would like to travel to other countries, but not permanently stay there. Yes,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Like I would like to visit other countries, but I don't think I could ever find another country that is as amazing as our country. What does it mean to be a young person? Hey, it means living. Honestly, you do there are certain setbacks that we have, but I think our work in Global Citizen has taught us nothing but to just pivot and being able to like think on your feet and be agile. Like sometimes things don't necessarily go your way, but understanding who you are and understanding that, you know what, I'm the girl that I think I am. Okay, maybe in layman's term, but like understanding who
She
you
is
are.
the girl.
Yes.
Yes. Can we just take a moment?
True, like you know that I will survive in any circumstance
Yeah.
that I am placed in, and I will thrive in that. So whether it's small or big, just know that you are here to live and thrive in whatever purpose that you've been called for, or whatever space that you are in. So yeah, being a young person is just living and thriving.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yes.
A lot of young people put so much pressure on themselves to do everything else, but just live.
Yeah.
Just live in
Yeah,
stride,
simple
do
terms.
your thing.
Please.
Keep it simple and
Yeah.
keep it moving.
Yeah.
That's
True,
what it's
true,
about. And you're in that space where you can literally be anything and do anything without the society telling you you're too old, you're too
Oh, yeah.
all of
True,
this.
true, no.
That's just the perfect space to be in. Thank you so much for saying that.
Yeah.
Healthcare.
Okay,
I would say for me, taking from what you're saying, I would say being a young person in South Africa is being brave.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
like
too.
we have so much going on,
Mm.
and we have this mindset where we think we have to have the formula, we have to know where we're going. But just being brave to put yourself out there,
Out there,
and taking the
exactly.
chances and be like, it might not work, but
I'm
I'm putting
doing it.
myself, I'm being brave. I feel
Yeah.
like being brave, you'll never regret that in everything you
In
do. So I
everything
feel
you
like
do, I love
waking up in
that.
the morning, being young in South Africa is being brave. Yeah.
I love
Just
what
to
you are
finish.
saying.
Yes.
Like, we always want to figure out the formula of life.
Yeah, and we
And
young.
the people before us and the people before them, and it
Get
keeps
it,
going.
exactly.
They never got it.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
why do we think
We have to
we
figure
are
it
the
out,
ones who
yeah.
need to figure it out? Life is about you just being brave, stepping out and doing your thing. I
True,
love what you
100.
ladies are saying. It's really, really a beautiful thing to hear young people in South Africa saying you just need to be brave. Do your thing and stop trying to figure out a formula.
Yeah, stop that formula. Maybe it won't work in 2 years' time.
I think what
Yeah.
we need to say is there isn't a formula.
Yeah.
Stop trying to find it. There isn't. They've tried many, and they have clearly indicated that there isn't one. Just
Yeah.
live your life bravely and step out there. Do your thing. This is. I feel like I'm sitting in such room of empowerment and revelation. Reveal stuff to us.
You need to reveal. Otherwise,
Reveal.
No, I think for me, being young in South Africa, it's changing the narrative. you know.
True.
I think for South Africa in the past, how many years are we hitting now as born freeze? 30 years, right?
Close to 30.
Close to 30.
Thank you.
Yes. There's always been the same cycle, of suffering and all of that,
Yeah.
inferiority and all of that. So I feel like now we're exposed to a time where we can literally do anything, cast our nets as far as we can.
Yeah.
So for me, being a young person is really like changing barriers, changing the story, telling what I want to tell, and just being able to inspire somebody else that, oh, she can do it,
Also, I
So,
can.
yeah,
I love
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
I love what you were saying. Like for many, many years, Youth Day has been about the youth in 1967 and what they did, and I commend them for doing what they did. But we can't keep going back there.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's
true.
good and well, but we've it's like this for me. It's the same as this apartheid thing. Like it happened. It's real,
Yeah.
and we went through a lot. But we kind of like
What's
now
our
need
story
to-
now?
What is our story? As the youth of 1967, they were very clear with what their story was, and they defined it, and they did their thing.
Yeah.
We are the youth of this time. What is
are
our
we
story,
doing now?
and what are we doing? I love what you are saying. We are taking on the race and carrying it on, not forgetting what happened in the past, but what are we doing? Because there's gonna couple of years down the line, there's gonna be other young people looking at us, asking, what did we do as the youth in 2023? I love what you are saying. Get your narrative out there, change the narrative. If it's certain things in your family that you feel like it's been done in a certain way that you feel like
Right, so
Change it. Yeah.
write something new. That's how the generations are going to continue to grow and evolve. Because the challenges in 1967, they did a good job and it changed.
Yeah.
We no longer do whatever they were struggling with. What is our struggle now?
What is
And
our
what are we
fight?
doing with our fights? I love what you're saying. You see why she's the
Yeah.
journalist?
Yeah.
This one, hope.
So, I think also I want to build on that and say, for me, being a young person in South Africa is learning. Yeah, I think we are constantly learning individually. I know I'm constantly learning. I know on this couch we're all constantly learning.
And this chair.
And this chair, we are constantly.
We are constantly learning.
Yes. So you learn and then you unlearn. When things are hard, it's not an excuse not to do them.
Yeah.
So if you don't know how to do something, you learn how to do it. So I
Yeah.
think that give yourself space to learn things. Give yourself room to say, okay, I'm going to be a beginner at something.
Yeah.
And then maybe in a few months I'll be entry level, and then in a few months after that, I'll be a junior at it. So I think that's for me what I've learned, especially this year, but what South African youth is needing for what we're facing. Because we're facing a lot. We need to learn. We need to learn and be willing to learn. We don't know things immediately, but we can learn them.
I love what you're saying. We are living in an era where you have so much knowledge at your disposal. It's literally about you just learning your will to do something about it, and going back to the previous youths. Certain things we have today they didn't have. Certain access that we have today, especially when it comes to education, they didn't have that. We are living in an era where you can easily take your phone and be like, how do I learn to do this? Like stuff that a lot of people back in the day had to go to school for and pay for a lot of money at that, and we have it right at our disposal. And all what Hope is saying is we just need to learn. And allow yourself to be a beginner at something. I know we like to act like we know everything. Oh my God, listen, I am it. I know everything. And we never want to be a beginner. But now the beautiful thing about small beginnings is that's where you're starting. That's where you're creating the foundation of your story. You ladies mentioned that we need to write our own stories, our own narratives. It has to have a start, it has to have a middle, it has to have an end. So allow yourself to be a beginner, unlearn certain cultures. Oh my God, we've got so many cultures that we learned. And we thought they are all great, but as we are growing, we're realizing that, listen, maybe I need to unlearn certain things and all of that. Wow, thank you guys for sharing that. It's such a very full question that can go on and on and on and on, but because of time, we're gonna move on to another one. There isn't like a list of questions where you're like, you wanna know, what have you done? We're literally just talking as we are the definition. When they say youth in South Africa, they are talking about us and many others that are not here, but we are representing these people. And Hope, you mentioned that there's so many challenges that young people are dealing with. Are there a few that are popping in your head, maybe?
Yeah, the elephant in the room, unemployment.
Yeah. It is such an elephant.
It's massive.
Is there an animal bigger than the elephant where we need to like move it to?
No, the elephant is the elephant. So that's our main challenge. But not just unemployment, just work. Whatever work looks like. It's not necessarily formal employment. It's business, it's projects, side projects. It's the work that we want to do, the work that we want to put out there, the work that we want to sustain us. I think that's our biggest challenge is, we're not all destined, of course, for employment, but we have ideas and we have projects and we have things that are put in us that have to come out. And how do we get that out there? The challenges, now the structural challenges in the country, you have a small business and there's electricity messing with your business. There's income problems, there's funding problems, governance problems. So it's a lot. It's a lot.
Crack everywhere.
It's a lot, and I think it's ultimately all combining to impact our work, the work that young people are here to do. As we said, the class of 1976 had their work to do, and we have our work to do. Yeah. How do we get there? How do we get from here to the things that we're supposed to be doing on this planet and in this country?
I think the beautiful thing that we all are aware of is each generation has its own challenges. So it's not like there's something wrong with us. Like maybe God doesn't like us. Each generation had their own, and this is what we are dealing with. Any more you can add on the challenges?
Yeah, like they're very counter-effective, but like the only one I can think of right now mostly is soft skills. We lack a lot of soft skills. We were talking about this the other day that sometimes you're gonna get somebody who is less privileged. They didn't grow up in a place where they were taught how to conduct themselves from a very young age, and now they have a very good opportunity, which like they're skilled for, but they can't even conduct themselves in an interview. They don't know. They don't know work etiquette or just how to go about the simplest things that could actually get them the job. So I think we need to. I mean, it's a good thing that they're doing a lot of accelerator programs for STEM. you know, math and all of these hard skills. But we
it's
need a
all
lot
about
of
the soft.
we need a lot of soft skills. Like literally, it can take us a long way.
Sure, I like that.
And sorry, I just wanted to add on that is that one of the ladies, she's also from Global Citizen, New York. We're actually at the conversation, and she's like, she doesn't call them soft skills, she calls them power skills. Because as she said, like, these are certain things that you need for your everyday life, like knowing how to use a computer, like knowing how to present yourself or speak, and just pure articulation of it all. We were talking about it in the office not so long ago, but we were talking about, can I say this? Like, we were just it was pop culture. It was like Mamkize, there was an interview that she went to. You need certain things like media training or whatever. If it's specifically for your job, like those type of things, being able to articulate yourself and having your message brought across properly. Because those are the things that you need for work. I'm piggybacking on
I guess what you guys are saying, because also for me, I feel like it just comes down to communication.
Yeah.
Yes.
We were taught so many things at school, but if we could have just added communications as one of the subjects, it would really change a lot of people's life. We have so many people who are educated, did the work in the desk, the years and all of that. Now pitch for the business idea that you have. You can't. Your dress code when you go into an interview, they may seem small, but we're living in a world where it's all about networking and who are you socializing with, spending your time with, and all of that. Who do you know? And all of those things. But now, how do you conduct yourself in those spaces? There's so many people who can do great things, but they lack that soft skill.
You're gonna be in a room with an interview and they're gonna ask you, what are your values?
You can't even articulate that.
I mean, I don't know what are my values, but I'm not a coach. You know?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, they don't care. They shortlisted you because they know that you can coach.
Yeah,
you know
but
that
we
coding
want
language.
the
But
extra.
like, can you be in an office with other people?
Now be a human being. Let's see your human skills.
Are you punctual?
Yeah.
You know, those things.
I also just wanted to add, I think it also brought up what you were saying, like at school. I feel like also us as young people, though, okay, we had like prepared speech and stuff like that, and you get to school and they say there's this is how you need to dress and blah 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 blah, like you can't dress like this. We laugh at these things, but then now looking back at it, you're like,
that's what they're trying to
this
teach
was
us.
so important.
Yeah.
Like this was genuinely important because now you're gonna need it at work when they say you can't dress like that or put on this. When you have to speak in front of people or present something, you were playing in high school or primary thinking prepared speech and all these things were just shows. Exactly. It's just like, these are vibes, I'm just here. But you now actually need to apply what the prepared speech that you were supposed to learn back in school. So it's taking these small things that school puts you through and taking them seriously and be like, you know what, I'm gonna need it. But I feel like the problem is we were not told back then. Did it just feel like it's something that I just need to do because I need to get this grade?
It looked like parenting.
Yeah,
So
it's
they
like
were parenting us, and we always wanted to go the opposite
Exactly.
direction.
Exactly.
But maybe it was also how they brought it to us.
True.
Also, like one last thing, the way that Tulu mentioned that there was more of an emphasis on your hard skills, even in school. So even though there was soft skills paired up, but there was a hard emphasis on.
You were rated
Your
on the
grades.
hard skills.
Yes.
The top 10 was based on the hard
Yes,
skills.
you know, and some other qualities in people were not actually encouraged or developed and said, you know, even though you know everything,
But you need to
if
be
somebody
able
can
to-
articulate it better than you, they get the opportunity. They get the fight.
I had a classmate. That guy was very smart. You know, like straight A type of smart. He was very good. But his people skills. Oh my God. Like how to hold a conversation with someone. He always wanted to be the one who's right. Never take the opposing side. And it will always be this thing of when you try to disagree with him, it's like,
I'm smart.
number by top 10.
Exactly.
Like, what the hell? What are we doing
True,
here?
yeah.
And obviously, maybe it looked fine then.
But now you can't.
But
He struggled so much after varsity.
Yeah.
Now he's the smart guy.
But
He
you
can't
can't
stand.
stand. And if you can't take criticism from like your employer trying to say, Yes, but
Building, yeah.
it is a problem. It is a problem. Yeah.
Like even these Ivy, sorry,
Yeah, you
even
can
these
go.
these Ivy League schools now, varsities, like they'll basically reject you if your essay is not good. They want you to tell them about yourself. We get it. You want to be a freaking scientist, but like, what
You
are you telling me
thank
about
you,
you?
but what about
What,
you?
you know, who are you? You know.
It goes back to, sorry guys, it goes back to what Michelle Obama used to say. She used to say that in life, sometimes we are afraid to be ourselves or vulnerable because we want to belong. So
Yeah.
people use like GTPs, my marks to feel like you belong in a certain group. So if you think you are smart enough or you have a certain grade, then you fit in a certain way. You don't want to be your authentic self because people are afraid to expose themselves and be vulnerable. So also that also plays a part. Because people are like, if I'm being myself and people know the actual person that I am, maybe I won't belong. Maybe if I say I'm a data analyst, I'll have friends.
Yeah.
So people
who are
go
also
with,
there.
yeah.
But
I
now
think,
being a
yeah.
data analyst
you know?
is a career.
Yeah.
It's not who
So
you
so
are.
it goes back to that
Yeah.
thing of, is your bio who you are?
True. Yeah. The bio is not.
It's
Yeah.
not who we
The
are.
person is. That's like, I always read my bio and I'm like,
Girl.
girl. But I get it because we live in a society that's very pushy when it comes to hard skills. We push that forward. But now we are here, we are liberated, we know stuff, we know things. What can be done about those challenges? I, for one, I know with the information at our disposal, I never want to come across a young person who can't conduct themselves in an interview, because you could literally pick up your phone and Google how to conduct myself in an interview, and then you start the practice, stand like this, do this, speak like this, posture, dress and everything. We have access to information which we are very good at. If you log onto these platforms, 90% of the people who are on there, it's us, young people. What are we researching? Are we researching stuff that are really going to help us solve these issues that we all know that we have as young people, or we're just doing our own thing out there? So I really think with all the challenges that we've explained, we need to use the information at our disposal and actually make it work for us.
Take action.
Take action
people like
against
action.
it.
Yeah.
We we're very good at saying stuff. But now the thing is, that thing only actually gives that fruit you are looking for when you take action. It's not about what you know, it's about what you do with what you know.
Yeah.
That's what I think we can do.
Actually, very true.
It's depressing, man.
Yeah.
When you think about it, you're like,
No, actually,
the influence of social media, the elephant in the
That's
room. Oh my
another.
god. That's gonna be our last elephant in the room today, because we are dealing with so many elephants in the room. Social media and young people, it goes back to what I was saying. We use it very much. But I feel like as young people in this day and age with all the challenges, we need to stop pushing the back and saying certain people need to deal with these challenges for ourselves. And our only challenge is to just get likes and look beautiful on social media. Social media is a tool.
It's not real.
It's a serious one. You just need to use it wisely. It has that opportunity inside, an opportunity of whether you're using it for good or you're using it for bad, for benefits or just for control. I like all these platforms. I just don't like how they're being used.
True.
And we are the young people on those platforms. I spoke with another young person not so long ago, and like the defense in his voice, like, yeah, why must they tell us what they must do? It's our data, blah, 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 and whatnot. Social media is just for fun. I'm like, yo, I've seen people dying because of social media.
True.
I've seen people, mental health issues.
Big people, celebrities.
We are the ones struggling with mental health more than anyone in this world. The young people are the ones suffering, and the stem of our mental health is social media. So you can't say it's just for fun, it's your data. It doesn't work like that. Any take on social media and what we can do better with social media?
For me, I would say first thing as a young person, just tell yourself it's not real. It's not real life. That's not your actual life. There's a it's a portion. There's a life you still need to live.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people just tend to have that thing that this is my life, this is real life. Those are influencers. Those are
And
people.
it's their jobs.
It's their jobs. They
They get paid for it.
Yeah. So I think that's the first conversation you have
It's
to
not real.
Yeah.
I think also like I think we need to take our boundaries very seriously. Like, there's nothing wrong with taking a break from it. Tulu and I were having this conversation. I was like, I'm going through a moment of like, I have to resist posting on my status. Like, why am I posting all the time? Like, there's no need. Like, especially when we're going out, I'm like, I'm posting on my status because and I'm just like, why? And they want to see it, and what was happened? So it's things like that. Like, I'm not saying drop Instagram as a whole, because that's another stronghold in itself. Like, just like smaller things, like, okay, I'm not gonna post as regularly as I want to post. Like, put some boundaries and like, how do I say? It's not in real life. Like, start going out and
the moments,
like touch some grass or something.
Enjoy
just
yourself
enjoy
out there.
yourself. And
now you're trying to capture a moment.
Exactly,
just
and
be
you're
in the
missing
moment. You're
being
missing.
like with the people. And so for me, what's helping me so far, like, is I don't need to post on Instagram, like on my status. Why am I doing that? Like, I don't have to post.
I like what you're saying.
Yeah.
Before you post, ask yourself why.
Like, and then what's gonna happen?
And then what after?
Because like, yes, they're gonna see that I went out, and then you know, and what is it? What is Otto gonna do with that information? Okay, thank you very much. But
It's good to know.
Good to know, but nothing's gonna happen. It's just like, put some boundaries and be like, I don't have to post. Like, why am I posting? If it's not your job, why are you posting? Like,
if it's not gonna give you an opportunity,
or something,
Or any sort
like
of notification, even if it's a personal one.
like you posted and people wanna see, and then people are gonna move. Like,
we are so good at moving.
We are. People are gonna move. Exactly. Especially in South Africa, everything we move. Like, it's fine. So just tell yourself that I'm gonna take a bit of step backs from being on social media, whether it's taking a break for that day. Okay, maybe not a day, like, just be like, I'm not gonna post, or I'm not gonna be on social media for certain hours. Just like,
make it work on your own terms.
Don't let social media now be the thing that is controlling you. Like, you need to control.
Drive.
Exactly. You need to control the tool, don't let the tool control you.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think
Also, perfection is a construct.
Yeah.
Like, I remember back then, like, I missed the Facebook days. They we used to post what we wanted to post.
Yeah.
Like, literally, it was not pressure. And then now the era of influencers came, where content creation is paid for. But that person, the moment they drop their camera, they're gonna be snuggled in their couch without their makeup. That's their life. So now you're gonna try and have your day-to-day life look like it's perfect when it's not perfect.
You are trying to live your day-to-day life based on a 30-minute video that person had to move things, cut, paste, and now you're looking at this picture, you're like, this is perfection.
But
That person took 300 pictures before she
got
chose
to
one
that one.
picture.
Exactly. Is that you? You know?
It's not real.
Exactly. So you don't have to perfect. I mean, who's perfect?
Drop the pressure. Oh my God, the amount of pressure. There's certain people I don't follow because of the kind of pressure I feel when I look at them. I'm like, same age. Same kind of, why you? And I'm like, I will unfollow. And it's not personal.
It's just for
It's
exactly.
for me.
I saw a tweet that said, please, if you feel like unfollowing me is gonna release things from you, please
Do it.
by all means.
Yeah, exactly. It saves you a lot of stress, mental health issues, and all of those things. Because the other thing is, if I wake up every morning, I already think that this person, we're supposed to be in a certain level with each other, both of us, and now I see you in Dubai, and I'm sitting here, I'm like,
I'm not in it.
Why am I not there?
what's going on?
Yeah.
So to protect yourself, to go back to what you're saying about the boundaries, there's certain things that you need to unfollow, people you need to unfollow, not engage, certain conversation you shouldn't engage in. It's creating a boundary for yourself. If you're gonna post about what you do every second or every day, when something bad, God forbid, happens, you know that you've given us a right to come and ask you what's going on now. We've opened the room to people to now have a say in your life. But whereas if you had a boundary, we're never even gonna know what's going on, and it becomes your own thing. I miss the era where we didn't have social media for us to talk about what we're doing in our lives. People were okay because I didn't know what was happening. You could be Petrus Mutsepa's daughter sitting right next to me.
I don't know.
I don't know.
You don't
But
know.
now social media, even seeing him passing like this, taking a picture, like we know each other, it creates like unreal pressure, which is really dealing with young people's lives.
It also blurs timelines. You
Yeah.
know, and just focusing on ourselves.
Yeah.
Like we literally forget that, for example, Kayam's love her to bits. She's known for being a person that wakes up early. I wake up at 5, she wakes up at 5. I go to work. She stays home, she does what she does. But now I'm not even focusing on the fact that I'm literally having a day in the life of a corporate person doing what I'm doing, and she's doing something she's doing as well. Now I'm gonna try and do what she's doing, but that's not my job. That's not who I am, and that's gonna basically jeopardize my own timeline and what I'm doing with my
Your
life.
own journey.
Exactly.
You're busy trying to do everybody's journey, but your
Yes.
journey.
What's your routine?
Yeah.
I think also, I guess on the other side of it is, besides how you post and how you interact, how you consume also, I think really affects you. So I think it's important for young people to look into the research on some of the platforms we use and how they're designed to target your mind. So it's not so much that you are full of yourself and you love social media so much. But people sit with people that understand human minds and they design these apps for you to fall into these cycles. So I think
It's a business.
Yes,
so do the research, understand how things affect you, use things that help, like some apps now give you a timer. Look into maybe even, I guess it's a bit of a shock, but into the darker side of compare yourself maybe a few years ago to now. Some of the issues that you feel are so urgent and pressing, social media it's like watching the news 24/7. So you constantly think everything that's happening is urgent. And it's making us more anxious, more depressed even, because it feels
Can't
like
be set.
all the bad things that are, it's like you're watching the 7 o'clock news all day.
All day.
And
Yeah.
who we consume.
Yes, and some of the topics that have been, compare how your mind has changed from when you started social media to now.
It's just
Your
I think
opinions on people.
what scares me more than anything is we've made things urgent which are not, and we're forgetting the urgent stuff. We're not doing anything about the urgent stuff.
Yes.
Like we're not. The only thing we're concerned about is, oh my God, what's happening on Twitter? What's happening there? But now you're forgetting. But I'm sitting at home. I'm not doing anything.
You have elections in 6 months.
Yeah.
My country's
Go
voting.
find your wash.
Yes.
You have to know, like, there's a lot of things. I just want to add on what Hope was saying. I was watching on Showmax, they had a TikTok documentary. So one of the things that they were talking about, she was speaking about the you said the metrics, right? It's like you need to Google these type of things and what type, like these apps, what type of information these apps are pushing. So one of the influencers on TikTok was talking about the fact that one thing that TikTok does, you may have maybe like one depressing like video like for that specific time, and then they will flood you with a lot of depressing. Yes, and maybe it was just that one day where you were feeling down and you just liked one, and then they will flood you with so many depressing videos. Then you start thinking, am I depressed? Like, am I clinically depressed? And then they flood you with other things where you're just like, oh, is it me? And you feel like, baby, it's not you. Like, it's TikTok. Like, TikTok is pushing all these things so that you think that is you when it's not. Exactly. So sometimes, guys, that's what I'm saying. Just take a break sometimes.
Take a break. I love what you are saying, because instead of them creating the metrics, sitting down, discovering what they can do to help you. If maybe you liked one depressing post, you should be flooded with positive posts to uplift you, to take you away out. They don't care about you
with those things.
Instead of flooding you with positivity because you like something negative, they're gonna flood you exactly with the negative. I think what I'm against when it comes to the platforms is they're not pushing positive narratives. If you're doing something positive on social media, you're not gonna get the attention. But if you're doing absolute nonsense, you're gonna have crazy likes and all of that. Then now you see that these people are
So
not
they're
for
feeding the
me.
master.
They're not for me. They are really against me. And again, for them, it's perfect because it's doing what they created it to do for their sales, for their business to be great. Are you now just one of a dot in someone's sales
just a number.
rep sheet or just a number? Or you're a human being who was created to have value, who was created to push and achieve the purpose that you were created for. Aren't you a human being who was created to change the narrative at home? Aren't you the same child that your parents broke their back to put you through school so you can change the situation at home? Aren't you the same child who had to study using a candle because of the situation at home? Why are we forgetting these important things and pushing the non-important things? We really need to change as young people. We've got serious matters that we're dealing with. Elections are coming up. The country is looking at us to make the next generation a lot better, to make the future that we're crying about a lot better. We're not gonna make it great by doing what we're doing, stressing about unimportant things, worried about what social media, what is going on, who's influencing who. It fades so quickly. But our future, our children's future, it's there. It's waiting for us to do something. If you're gonna take us and the youth of 1960, 1976, I don't know why I keep saying 1960. It's 1976. If you take those people and the tenacity, like the drive they had and the measures they had to go to change things that matter, and take us, we'll be sitting there looking like fools.
And it's not even that we don't have the tenacity, we have a lot of it, literally.
A lot.
It's just the systems and the norms and the standards. It's just
Our society, the things that we consider important are moving us away from the actual things that we need to be focusing on.
And young people in South Africa are afraid of having the uncomfortable conversations. We're scared
Mm-hmm.
to be in a room and be like, I'm gonna address this.
This is the problem.
We don't want to do that.
And where did we learn that? Because if you look at our ancestors, which is the youth of 1976, they were not like that. It was very easy for them to step up and say, no, we are not doing that. And have those uncomfortable conversations. We want the soft, comfortable conversations which are not giving any positive fruits.
They're not setting up for the future.
They're not setting up for the future.
Yeah.
It never has been.
So guys, from me, I'm gonna let the other ladies to also do their closing argument. My closing argument is everything that they've said. Be bold in who you are, be brave, step out there, do your thing. Just learn and unlearn. Use the information at your disposal for the benefits for you. Not everything you consume is for you, it's for your good. Not everyone out there who's doing these metrics, working on the system, is thinking of you. They don't know you, you're just a number. They are doing their job, making sure that the stats, the app is growing, the company is growing. You need to be responsible for you. Life is yours to live. Life is yours to be great or not be great. It all comes down to you. We are a country that is saying so many things, but again, I believe that everywhere in the world, people are facing challenges. We need to do better, be better. I think my message to the youth of 2023, in 2023, is we need to do better because we can do better. I'm not asking for something that we cannot do. We can do it. We just need to be better. Use the information at our disposal for the better of our future, and obviously for ourselves and for the next person and the next person and the next person. That's what it is. That's what it means to be a young person in any generation. You need to leave something that people are going to remember you for. They're not going to remember you for your pictures on Instagram. Trust. They're not. That picture you posted last week, me, I forgot what I posted last
But she
week.
liked it.
I liked, maybe even commented on that picture of yours that looked great, but I
Yes,
forgot.
yeah.
It's over.
It's over. It's over.
Exactly.
Woo, child. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, generally, usually I would say I second that, but clearly I have to have a closing.
You can second that.
Yeah, no, nothing on my side. You said it all. Like, generally, I second that, guys. Like, honestly, no, I don't have anything to say. No, I second it. Guys, yeah, life is hectic, but we push, and genuinely, your life is yours to live, honestly. And I quoted in the morning. I was telling them a quote. What should I read it actually?
Yes,
Can I
please.
read it?
It's probably gonna change something.
Surely it needs to change something.
Something is gonna
Somehow.
move.
Oh yeah, so it's by Madame Clicquot. She's the owner of Sparkling Champagne. So
Bev Clicquot.
yes.
Girl.
Yes. Yes. So basically, she says the world is in perpetual motion, and we must invent things of tomorrow. So act with audacity. Generally, guys, I feel like the world is moving, and you need to choose like what you're gonna do. Are you gonna flow with are you gonna stick out and act with audacity and be bold in who you are, or you're just gonna let the world just do what the world will do to you? So just
Pick a struggle.
yeah,
Pick a
yeah.
fight.
So I would wish, and that's a word I'm also taking for myself, like just act with audacity, and like, because this is your future at the end of the day. Like, if you have to fight, you have to fight for it. If voting is to fight for it, then fight for it. Yes.
Yeah.
Take control of your life. Don't let things control you. Yeah, just go outside and live and act with audacity, guys. That's all I have.
And she said I took everything.
Yeah, I took I took everything. Yes. Yeah. No. Yeah. Truly.
Okay, I guess it's me.
It is you.
I feel like for me, young people out there should have empathy. I feel like we live in a world where there's so much hate in this world, there's so much things that are going on, but you should have empathy. You should see another person. See
As a
another
person.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
Africans. We have
yeah.
that spirit of Ubuntu. So I always go for that in every situation, just to be a person, see another person, have empathy, show love, be able to put yourself in someone's shoes. So that you're able, I feel like we're all leaders here. To be able to lead with power and see people progress in life, we have to have empathy and see other people. So I feel like in South Africa we lack that a lot. In our communities, I feel like we need that to build each other up and have empathy and see each other. So I would say be that. Yeah, that's me.
Lovely.
Yeah, no.
You say good.
Wow.
I learned that.
Yeah. But like Masapela said, the world is moving. Like, not even for a second time stops, you know. So the only constant thing is change. So for me, I just say be ready. Stay ready.
Stay ready.
Like, have your bag with you. Listen, like the next interview could be tomorrow. Like the one point that's gonna change your entire life could literally be tomorrow. There's this girl that I follow on Instagram. She's a model, Whitney Maduke. So she has a dream to be a great Hollywood actress. She literally has like speeches of her winning an Oscar, you know. She's ready. She's like, I am gonna speak this one day. So literally, if you wanna be a freaking presenter, have that one life-changing speech for whenever they're like, do you wanna speak for this person, and you know that you're literally on your toes. So stay ready. Anything can happen anytime.
Life is not coincidental.
True.
It's not coincidence.
Exactly.
So it's just, for me, it's just opportunity meeting a chance, and you're doing your thing. So stay ready. I like that.
Okay, I guess I want to close with something that I feel or something that I reference throughout my life, which is a Bible verse from Proverbs, which I think is relevant for young people
the fact that she even knows where he is in the Bible.
That's all I know. I still have to promise.
It's the promise. But it's the promise. They will find it.
Yeah,
They must just open and
You
find
gave us
it.
good enough direction.
True.
Which is to guide your heart, because everything comes from your heart.
Yeah.
So I think with all of these challenges, you can, like we've been mentioning, through social media and everything, your heart can really start to turn.
Yeah.
And that's when your life also starts to turn.
Yeah.
So the most important thing is that your heart is still
Got it.
in the right place and still
Mhm.
guarded and still pure, I guess.
Mhm.
Then everything that you do after that will be able to flourish in the shape of your heart. Because if you do it from a place of serious discouragement, a place of bitterness, even being malicious, yes, it impacts what the ladies were saying on empathy, on the world moving. You also start to stay in place. You also start to not open yourself up to learning.
Yeah.
So I think as South African youth, keep your heart pure. And then on the other side, we will come back as better people.
Come back as a better guys. Bekezelani. I like that. Ladies, thank you so much for your time, for your comments. I feel like this conversation was amazing and I learned so much. And I believe that we all learned something from what we are all saying. Let's not be uncomfortable to have these conversations. Whether you're having it a groupinity, in a taxi with one person or whatever.
It's fine.
Yes. I think what I like about us ladies in a groove is we talk a lot.
Yeah, true.
We forget why we are there.
Yeah.
Let's unpack. Let's have these conversations because that's where our help is going to be coming from. Because you're going to come across someone facing something. If you're an open person able to open up and share, you get help like that. Let's not close ourselves up. Kuzolunga, guys. We are young people and we are doing great things as young people. Guys, happy Youth Day from me and for my beautiful ladies. We are out of here.
Bye.